Welcome to the Italian Way. My name's Gemma and I'm here in the small town of Ostuni in Puglia in southern Italy. Why am I here? Well, a certain international property lawyer who loves food and is passionate about it wanted to come to Italy and see how he'd get on in a professional kitchen. I think it's time to go and meet our chef. So it is time to meet Stefano Lucatello, the reason I'm sitting in this beautiful Italian garden here in Puglia. So Stefano, firstly, you are an international property lawyer, but you have this incredible passion for food. So where did it come about?
Well, my parents are both Italian, Jem. My mum's from the south of Italy, and I suppose by process of osmosis over the years, I've watched my mum, I've sat with my mum, I've helped my mum do the traditional Italian dishes that we do from Rome down to the south of Italy. And these dishes are exceptional dishes. They use fresh foods, the tomatoes, the olives, the peppers, things that we have in the Mediterranean diet. So over the years, I've used the recipes my mum's given me, I've tried them, I've changed them, and developed them into my own dishes and made them my own creation. So that's really why. And I also find it very therapeutic. You know, being a lawyer is quite hard at times, it's stressful. You get home, and I change totally. I become a totally different person, become very calm, and I enjoy and relax doing what I do, which is creating dishes.
So it's like your mindfulness, really. It's your chance to switch off and concentrate on what you're doing.
I empty my mind of law and I become a normal person.
Lovely. So tell us, why did you particularly want to come to this region of Italy?
Puglia has both beautiful property and it has fantastic food and beautiful raw products with which to work with. So the tomatoes, we've got hundreds of different tomatoes, the peppers, the zucchini, the eggplants, everything. You know, it just lends itself to having a cookery course or a cookery lesson or a demonstration, and I wanted to show people what we can make with the ingredients that Puglia has to offer.
Okay, and specifically, who are your recipes going to be for? Is this for people who are quite competent cooks? Is it for people who are sort of beginners and want to get a few tips?
This is for Joe Bloggs, your ordinary person who, like me, has a passion for cooking. Okay. I am not a professional chef. I am a passionate chef, so we make things up as we go along. We all have variations on a particular dish that we all know, and we all make it our own. So that's what I've done over the years. And what I want to do is I want to show people what I know, because I think they'll learn some tips from me, and they'll learn also some new recipes or variations on a theme. That's why I want to do it.
Well, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to having a look around the shops with you. I want to see why you select the produce that you do. I'd like to have a look at the region a little bit, and then mostly I'd like to eat the food.
Yep, we'll do that at the end.
Can I be your sous chef?
Absolutely.
You don't have to call me Sue though?
No.
All right,
just
excellent.
Chef.
Thank you. Okay, so first stop, the Pescaria, the fish shop, and apparently this is the best place to get the freshest fish, isn't it?
It is, Jem. Yeah. So
probably because it's right by the sea.
Probably right next to the sea. Look at that big one in there. Let's get off and let's go and have a look. We'll see what they've got.
Come on then. Oh gosh, this looks amazing.
Fresh fish, beautiful smell. Smell that. You can smell the fresh fish. You can see the gills. You can see the eyes, clear gills. The fresh fish, the smell is just absolutely brilliant.
It is. Now, when you go shopping, Stefano, and you know you're going to create a lovely meal, do you know what you want when you go in the shop, or do you look at the produce first?
Very much the second.
Okay.
So I'll come into a fish shop and I'll decide when I see what the dish of the day is going to be. And if it's not, then you go somewhere else. Because if it's not appetizing, it's not fresh, then it's not worth doing it.
So it's quite an organic process. Your menu kind of comes to life as you go shopping.
There's no fixed menu until I see what's actually for sale, and especially with these fishermongers, they catch different things every day. So one day you may have something, the next day you may not have it at all. Yeah.
So what do you think then? Having a look at what's available.
Fantastic. I think we'll have some sepia. We've got the octopus. I want the sepia bianca. I prefer the sepia bianca. I'm going to get some of that. So I'm going to get him to take the beak out, separate the head from the body, and then clean it up for me. and take the bone out. So we've got a
Okay.
clean receptacle to maybe stuff some vegetables inside it, some peppercorns, some breadcrumbs, and then see where we go from there.
Oh, that's you see, this is where you say you're not like a professional chef, but I'd be a bit scared about doing that. I think a lot of people who are just like a home cook like me, squid is a bit of a tricky thing.
It's a bit of a no-no sometimes. It's the consistency and the sensation of
I love
touching
eating it.
Yeah. It's sometimes a bit squeaky.
Right, so you've got on your list so far some squid.
Some squid and some prawns. We need some clams, and they're very tasty, and they're beautiful when they're cooked.
Yeah. I must say I
Benissimo,
love
grazie.
prawns like that. And I do chili, parsley, olive oil.
A bit of lemon zest on them.
Oh, delicious.
Absolutely.
And are you a fan of getting in there with your fingers and having like a finger bowl on the table? And,
Yeah. I mean, you can present them raw.
Yeah.
I remember Venice last year where I was, we were eating them raw and they were still moving. So we're going to get him to clean, he's going to clean the squid.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
He's going to take the bone out, the thing
Okay.
that parrots like to sharpen their beaks on.
Okay.
And so we've got some other types of squid there, some prawns.
That's a good tip, isn't it? If you're going to a place like this, get them to do those
Get them
jobs.
to clean those bits and pieces out. They do it so professionally. You don't want to be wasting your time. You want to be cooking it, not wasting your time. Look at this one. He's trying to get out.
Yes.
Look at him.
I
Wow.
want that for my dinner, in my belly.
I think you might have a problem catching him. Del tonno ce l'abbiamo? Tonno. So he's gone away now to get some tuna for me because I want
Okay.
to prepare a ceviche or a carpaccio
Yeah.
of tuna. So we'll cure it in lemon juice, in lime juice, in oranges from this area, blood oranges from this area,
Sounds
garlic,
amazing.
salt, pepper,
Yeah.
red peppercorns, olive oil, and just leave it for 3 or 4 hours to cure. And then we'll slice it gently, see-through slices, present it on a plate with a salad, a nice salad of local green salad, tomatoes from the area, and we'll make a nice mixture which will be very tasty with the zest of lemon and orange on it.
I love this, man. Most people would come in here and just go, have some prawns, please. And then also, you're in the right surroundings.
Yeah.
And actually, maybe if there's people from the UK and they come over here and they buy a holiday home, you're going to get more in touch with the culture of coming to shops to buy your fish and then you go somewhere else to buy your vegetables. Whereas I think
Yeah.
at home, the culture is you go to the
The
supermarket
supermarket, absolutely.
and buy everything. But
Yeah.
they don't do that here.
When people come here, they've got to immerse themselves in life, especially English people, learn the language, learn the way we do things over here, which means not going to the supermarket, but going to your good old-fashioned butchers, the good old-fashioned
Bakers
fishers,
and the,
fishery, bakers, etc. Yeah, and get into real. This is how you make friends in this area, and especially people in the south. They are always happy to talk. If you ask them, they won't say no. I won't tell you.
Yeah.
They are proud to talk to you. They love to talk to people like you.
Lovely.
And they love to talk to people who are inquisitive.
Benissimo, è stato un piacere, grazie, arrivederci, alla prossima. Ciao,
Grazie,
grazie.
ciao.
Ciao.
I've got to get him out of here. He's bought the whole fish shop. Well, I've been told this is a really nice fruit and veg place.
Look at them big onions, big salad onions.
God, they're good.
Bit
that a
of
bit of
mint,
mint?
bit of mint. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Can we go and have a look?
Yes,
Come on,
off to
let's
you.
go in. Look at these, Jem. Look at these. These are carrots from Polignano. It's a local place. Sweet, knobbly. European Union would make us throw these away because they're not straight. We eat them in Italy. We cook them. They're beautiful. And look at the different colours.
I
All the
know, look at
oranges and
that.
purples, yellows,
I don't
greens.
think I've ever seen carrots this
Smell
colour.
it. You've got a smell of. They smell sweet and the smell of
Yeah.
the smell of the earth they come out of.
Gorgeous. I imagine them roasted, maybe?
Yeah, roasted. Yeah, absolutely. Done
Sweet
in
and knobbly. It's never done me any harm.
Well, absolutely. So
Yeah.
to say.
I tell you what, as well, the lemons. Now that's what I love about Italy.
There we go. That's
Look
not waxed.
at the size of that lemon.
Not waxed.
Isn't that gorgeous?
You smell that when you cut the zest.
That is
Knocks you out.
absolutely
Absolutely knocks
beautiful.
you out. Beautiful.
I tell you what, everything is so. That's why it's getting a
Parsley.
bit innuendo now, but everything's so large. The peppers, look at the size of those. I
They're
guess
beautiful.
it's the
Yes.
Italian sunshine.
Absolutely.
stato raccolto a giugno.
He said that these
Giugno,
Grew-
these
grew
tomatoes
in June.
picked in June.
Scorso.
Picked in June.
Last June.
giugno, luglio.
E sono secchi?
No, no.
Sono ancora.
Sono- sì,
And they're still
Però siamo-
liquid and soft and ready to eat.
Siamo alla fine però, eh.
I think we'll get the fresh ones. Then.
Okay.
Oh, grazie tanto. Okay.
Però sta caldo.
But it's warm.
Questi.
And you know what? That is a complete mixture between a cucumber and a melon.
It's a cucumber and melon. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's like they've made babies and made this.
It's Egypt. Just think, we're importing into Italy Egyptian and Spanish garlic. What a disgrace. We should be cooking these. You're telling me that this is fresh?
Questo è secco.
That's dry.
That's dry.
Allora,
We
mi
want
dia quelli
fresh.
freschi per favore.
C'è uno bello.
A nice fennel.
I
Beautiful
love
fennel for
fennel.
salad. We'll slice that up thinly, put it in the middle of in the salad.
Even this is an experience. Every single piece of fruit and veg is like looked at and really considered. Very different to a sweep round the supermarket in the UK. But I'm going to have to drag him out in a minute because we've got some meat to buy as well. And I'm holding a fennel.
Let's go and cook.
Are we going to go and get more stuff?
More stuff.
More stuff.
More stuff. Some more meat.
Let's get a
go and
trolley. So we're on the last stop of our shopping tour, aren't we?
We are. Some
and we are
pork.
at some pork. We're at the macelleria for that. Did I say that correctly?
Macelleria.
Macelleria, the butchers. And what I love about Italy, they stay open so late.
It's 9 o'clock and we're still open, Jem. So
Right.
let's go in. Let's do the last purchase of the day. Then we can go and have a nice pizza. Eh?
Awesome. Quick.
Let's go.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. Allora,
Gosh.
the last purchase of the day.
So in Puglia, what's the typical meat dish?
A meat dish is a pork dish, maybe marinated and then done in the oven with potatoes and vegetables. Or it could be something that's slow cooked in a casserole. Or it could be your typical pork chop with a bone in it, done pan fried with vegetables and also the obligatory potatoes, roast potatoes, pan fried potatoes, that sort of thing.
Gorgeous.
I mean, we've got there a fillet of pork.
Thank you
Sono
so much.
molto gentile, grazie. Sei molto gentile, grazie.
Ciao. So today we've gathered all our ingredients. So join us after the break when I'm going to meet Giovanni from the Puglia Chef Academy and finally get to put my sous chef skills to the test. Welcome back to the Italian Way. We've got all our ingredients and now I'm off to start cooking. And in between meals, I'll sit down with Giovanni to talk about his cooking academy. So, it's cooking day and here we are in the professional kitchen. I am now officially sous chef, but the chef is Stefano. It's his big day, high five.
Hi.
And this is lovely Dora. Now Dora is head chef usually at the Puglia Chef Academy. So you're going to be helping us out, so thank you so much. She's a wonder.
We're doing some starters, some mains and a dessert. Friselle is the Puglian equivalent of bruschetta. The second starter is a burrata cheese with a side salad of lots of fresh bits and pieces from Puglia. First main course, marinated pork fillet breast, ceviche of tuna steak,
Delicious.
or carpaccio as we call it in Italy. And then moving on to a plate of pasta. We can't come to
You
Puglia
can't
and
not
not have
have pasta in
absolutely.
Italy, can you?
And we'll
Okay.
showcase that with some beautiful clams and some prawns. A simple dessert which will be a panna cotta with a few beautiful tasty ingredients in there.
I'm glad I had a small breakfast. That sounds absolutely incredible. Okay, chef, I am here to help, but
Yes.
let's go. Let's start. What we're going to do first, right?
Let's start off with prepping the pork fillet breast.
Okie doke.
Okay, so we'll get that. And we need to prepare now the marinade. So, there you go.
Yeah.
A couple of cloves of garlic, please.
Okie dokie.
Once you've done them, we need them sliced.
Okay. Sort of thinly or
Yeah,
in...
thinly sliced, no problem whatsoever. This is a melange of ingredients, it's all sorts of bits and pieces. So we're going to put some red peppercorns into it. We're going to put some fennel seeds into it, a bit of palm sugar. The juniper berries, they will come into their own as they get wet, they'll release their tastes.
Now, juniper, that's what's in gin, right?
Absolutely. Do you like gin?
I love gin.
There we go. Well, we're not having any today.
Okay.
Some capers.
I think flavour is so important.
It's important.
And I won't go over on the salt, but if it's like capers and garlic and lemon and olive oil, I always add more than it says.
So there we go. Remember, Jem, I'm not a professional chef. I'm a passionate chef. I don't do all this Michelin star stuff with the small bits. Food
Right.
is to be seen.
Yeah.
Food is to be seen, it's to be appreciated, and
Yeah.
the bigger, to a certain point, the bigger the part that you see, the better the taste.
Okay.
It's got to have,
Yeah.
it's got to have
Is that
some
now
ta-
enough garlic?
That's wonderful.
Okay, great.
People are a good gauge as to what you're doing, whether you're doing it well or you're doing badly. And you know, if it's not right, then we tweak it. And so
Okay.
far, no one's ever died. So that's a good thing. Eh? What about that?
That
eh?
is
That's
reassuring.
good. We need some salt, some local olive oil from Puglia.
Extra virgin. That's
Extra
the good
virgin,
stuff.
extra, and you want loads of it because it will be absorbed by the vegetables that are in the bowl. Put the zest of an orange.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, do you know what? As I'm zesting it, you are getting the most incredible,
You can smell
almost
it, can't you?
sweet, lemon, zesty, citrusy aroma.
This area is very famous for all different types of red and green peppers, pimento peppers.
So they, isn't it the smaller they are, the more spicy?
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick it, cut it in the middle.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you don't want to.
No, I'm going to put it in whole,
yeah.
so we can actually retrieve it at the end.
Okay.
And we'll just mix it all together. You see there, beautiful infusion, beautiful colours, the greens, the yellows, the blacks of the junipers, the orange and the lemon. I'm going to cut it into half because it's easier to manage in half. And I'm going to roll it inside the marinade. It's almost therapeutic. This is very, so many things in cooking are therapeutic.
Yeah, and it is nice getting your hands in there, isn't
Absolutely.
it? And,
Absolutely.
Can I do this? Just because
You can do that, yes.
That satisfies me.
Yep. And just last bit of salt. The salt will draw any water out of the pork.
Ah, okay.
So we'll find that the marinade will actually get weaker, it'll get more fluid,
Okay.
it won't stay this thick.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to leave this,
There we go.
there we go, there it is, it's all ready to go into the fridge, and we'll leave this now for a couple of hours in the fridge. The tuna was fresh, beautiful steak of tuna, red tuna, so we'll use this side. What I'm going to do, Jem, is I'm going to cut it from the end. I'm not going to cut it across its grain because it'll destroy it. Let's see how we go. There we go. You see, slice it.
It's the sharp knife
Yep.
helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, wonderful. You see there, you see, nice piece of tuna. The light passes through it. You smell the salt?
Yeah, beautiful.
That's when you know it's fresh.
Yeah.
The curing liquor will be 2 lemons, 2 oranges, and we'll put some salt in it. And we'll put a dash of palm sugar in it as well. Some slices of garlic.
Yeah. I always worry in case I've cut myself, and then it's like, ah!
Yeah.
But I haven't, so it's fine.
Lemon and orange disinfects you. My mum, I always remember my mum when she'd come to the end of a lemon, she always used to rub her hands with the lemon because it's also a cleanser, and it helps you soften the skin, you ladies, soften the skin of your hands.
Oh, I might rub it on my face.
Well, I wouldn't do that. It might make you a bit red.
So is this a recipe you've done before?
We've done this before, yep.
Right.
Did it a few weeks ago with a white fish. You can do it with a red fish like this. You can do it with prawn. You can do it any way you like. Any
Really?
fish, anything that. Look at that one. Look at that one. Show them.
Oh,
there we go.
almost
That is
black,
a real
isn't it?
sanguinella. That's a real blood orange.
That is
That's what you want.
gorgeous.
Absolutely.
The
right.
juice coming out of here is unreal. It's like
So
crimson.
whilst you're doing that, I'm going to. There you are. There's the garlic. It wants to be just roughly sliced. What we're going to do is we're going to just roughly place it over the.
Oh, okay. So you don't
Over the
put that
tuna.
in the juice. Put the garlic actually on it.
Put it on the
Salt, garlic. Okay.
Jem, if you spoon it over.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm excited about doing this. And the thing
That's
is,
it.
I'm learning here because I wouldn't have thought of doing this at home. I would have found it a bit sort of, I don't know, scary. Sort of ceviche sounds so restaurant, doesn't it?
Well, it is, but it's nothing. You
but
can make something as
actually,
complicated
watching you
or
do
what.
it, I'm like, I could give this a go.
This is cookery for everyone. This is cookery for the person who wants to do it but doesn't know how to do it, has never done it, and has never ventured into it. It's not cookery is not frightening. You've got to dismantle it all. Put it all on. Yeah, put it on.
I think I've done every
Smash
bit.
it all on, Jem. Smash it all
Should
on.
I just
Go
pick
on.
it up and smash it on?
No. No,
Okay.
that would be violent. No, we don't. We don't want violence in the
Getting
kitchen.
carried away.
No, don't get carried away. We're going to now leave it for a couple of hours in the fridge. It will cure.
Okay.
And then we'll bring it out in a couple of hours'
Let's
time.
have a little look.
There we go.
So I'm here with Giovanni, who owns and runs this beautiful cookery school, which is called the Puglia Chef Academy. Hello, Giovanni.
Hello.
So it really is stunning here. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
We promote Mediterranean-style cooking, which is based on whole grains, fruit, vegetables. People have cooked in this way in the past 1,000 years.
Yeah.
But only after World War II, somebody from the UK noticed that it's actually one of the healthiest way to eat, based mainly on vegetables and fish. And so we do these informal courses to help people learn the secrets of Southern Italian cuisine. So when they go home, they can bring back some memories and also some recipes that they can cook at home.
How lovely. So a lot of your clientele are English or from other places in Europe as well? That's nice. So what would be a really typical dish from this area? Give me some examples.
We make homemade pasta,
Lovely.
aubergine with parmesan with tomato sauce. We also, artichokes are very good and very healthy, very good for the liver. So we cook artichokes in many different ways. They are grown very close to here, like a few kilometers from this nice farm where we are based. And or zucchini, of course. It's all kind of vegetables, can be cooked in the oven or fried in a way that is healthy, maybe adding beer or mineral water to the dough in order to make it lighter. So it's a simple and not expensive way to prepare a very good lunch.
So people come and learn about food, and then they actually get a little bit of it's a lifestyle overhaul, I suppose, as well.
Yes. Well, basically, the countryside is here around Ostuni, has beautiful olive trees, vineyards. Also, we are trying to bring back wheat, which is local, because we have been importing a lot of wheat from all over the world. But now we are trying to convince producer to use the local wheat, which is healthier and it's also it helps the local farmers. Basically, we're all also concerned that agriculture is a very important part of this region, and if we don't do something about it, they may choose to do something else, and we will lose a lot of information on our traditions.
I tell you what, someone who's very interested in this cookery school is a parrot. If you've heard any strange noises during this interview, it's your parrot, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, it's just said ciao, ciao. How many words can that parrot say?
10 good words and 5 or 6 bad words.
Of course. Why is it always? It's like with small children. You say a bad word, they pick up on it. I love it. He's really getting involved with the interview. Wonderful. Thanks so much for having us in your beautiful
Thank you for visiting us.
Thank you.
Right, Jem, just looked at the tuna. It's curing really nicely. We'll leave it for another hour or so and we'll take it out.
Lovely.
The starter is the frisella. This is the equivalent, the southern Italy equivalent of a bruschetta. Same sort of thing. These are rock hard. If you touch that, yes.
Oh, and it looks like a sort of whole grain bagel.
It's a whole grain frisbee. If you throw this at someone, it'll kill them. So you don't want to be killing it. So what we want to do is we want to put them in the water for anything between 1 and 2 minutes. Different types of flour react to water in different types of way. Tomatoes.
Beautiful.
So what we do is just give them a tap and we'll take as much of the liquid out as possible. Because remember, they are going to be strewn with liquid from the...
So you just literally soak them to make it a bit
softer.
more easy on the teeth.
That's right. You do not want these to be cutting the roof of your mouth.
I like those bagels as well because you could pretend to be Princess Leia.
Princess Leia?
Yeah,
What does
you know,
she
like
do?
her hair, she had the buns.
Oh, right. We're cutting the red onion into squares. That's all we
So
want.
have you gone on like cooking courses?
I've done a few cooking courses, yeah. And learnt mainly tips.
But if someone was just a beginner, what kind of course would you recommend they go on if they wanted to?
I mean, you can get courses on knife skills, you can get courses on the basics, you can get courses on hygiene, you can get all sorts. It depends how far you want to go.
That sounds a bit boring.
Yeah, it is boring, but you need to have the boring stuff to be able to do the rest of the stuff. What else are we going to put in, Jen?
Well,
I know
I've
what
just
we're
done the little cherry tomatoes.
Look at that pepper.
Oh my gosh!
That is about 3/4 pound of pepper. It's really heavy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down the middle.
I mean, it's enormous, isn't it?
It's
all
huge.
That Italian sunshine.
Absolutely. So we don't need that much. I'm going to cut it again down the middle. Peppers are good for you.
Yeah, they're really
Peppers
good
and
for you.
tomatoes. That's the basis of the Mediterranean diet is olive oil, peppers, red and green and orange and every other colour, and tomatoes. Why? Full of antioxidants. The skin is full of antioxidants, very good for cancer, protection against cancer. Just mix it, start mixing it around. Don't be frightened of putting your hands in. As I said, this is therapeutic. It's really good. In fact, you can already smell it. You can smell the lemon from the oil. You can smell the tomatoes coming through.
That is so fresh and zesty.
Put some red peppercorns in. The easiest way to cut pasta or anything like that is to bunch it up like this. Bunch it up and just cut it very brief. And I think we're there. we are there. We'll just add a touch of something, just a bit of white wine,
It's nice to
vinegar.
have a little bite of
Yep,
something acidic,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Take a spoon and just start turning it. Just gently put that on.
Does that mean that me and Dora get to try some food soon?
That's it. You and Dora can try some food
Lovely.
and make a mess. Make a mess.
Yeah, but that's
know.
fine.
This is summer.
It's
Look,
summer,
you've got
isn't
red,
it?
you've got the white, you've got the greens, you've
Yeah.
got oranges, yellows. This is a
Eating in the garden, glass of white wine.
Absolutely. And just sort of finishing touch, just some salt over it. The salt will bring out the taste. Try some, please. Bravo. Oh, it's falling to bits. You see.
Stefano. That is really yummy. Perfectly seasoned. Oh, you got the thumbs up
Good.
from Dora.
There we go. Not bad for starting.
That is so fresh. I tell you what, me, Dora and Stefano are on fire in this kitchen.
Especially you.
Especially me, because I had a chili earlier on. It was like, oh, but it was good. Okay, so we're on to starter number 2.
Yep.
What is it?
It's a burrata. Burrata being a type of mozzarella which is filled with cream. It's made from cow milk, not
Okay.
sheep milk, cow milk. And it's very soft. When you cut it open, all this beautiful, rich, white, dense cream comes out, and it just mixes everything up, melanges everything up. We're going to make it with a different type of salad.
Okay.
Radicchio, red radicchio, which is slightly bitter, contrasted with a bit of fennel, bit of kick with the capers, bit of acidity, olives, green and brown olives, a couple of olives, bit of crunch, put some walnuts into it,
Nice.
a bit of lemon zest, just to give it, we're going to get a piece of lemon zest, you're going to do that, Jem.
Okay.
Piece of lemon zest, cut it into strips,
Yeah.
and we're going to just present it, gives a bit of flavour, and same thing with the orange.
Okay.
And then,
Ooh,
there we go.
He's juggling.
Juggling, there we go. It's a good job it's only one. We're going to use this tomato, we're going to cut that up, we're going to cut it up into vertical slices like that, very thin vertical slices,
Yeah.
clean. I'm going to bring it together and then cut it into little thin, almost see-through slices. So we're going to put the fennel on there. I'm not going to add the burrata, Gem, until the end because the burrata is very wet.
Oh, I love
So
that smell of
we're
lemon.
just basically putting all the ingredients onto a plate for the moment.
Apparently walnuts are very good for you.
Yep, good oils, good for your skin, especially you ladies. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this rocket and just smell that pepper. Can you smell it?
Yes, I just got it just then. That is absolutely gorgeous. As you say, peppery.
Cut the radicchio into half.
Yep.
You don't want that much. Cut it into bits. It needs to be manageable. And all that. Look at that milk, and that cream.
Oh, yeah,
There we
look
go.
at that.
There we go. Hold on. Just turn it around the other way.
Beautiful.
Just cut it that way. Then it opens
It's
up.
so creamy.
Yeah. So creamy. It's made with beef, beef milk or cattle milk as opposed to sheep's milk. Just a touch.
I'm going to have to try this.
There we
you know.
go. And there it is. Your burrata salad with a beautiful summery salad next to it.
I'm just going to go for a right big
Go
mouthful.
for it.
Is that all right?
Go
this
for
is
it.
not going to look attractive on telly.
Ah, well, there we go.
I'd be happy as Larry just to eat that all summer long.
Well,
yeah,
you
really
can come round
good.
anytime you want, Jem.
Oh, thank you. That
There
is
you go.
good. Try it. Try this one at home. It's
Fantastico.
beautiful.
Good?
Fantastico.
Very good. Fantastico, she says. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. It's what we want.
Fantastic.
Okay,
She's the
so
expert. Thank you very much.
I think now Dora is going to help us with the fava bean puree.
The
isn't
fava
she?
bean puree, which is going to be the base for the meat, the pork meat breast that the fillet that we're doing.
Okay.
It'll rest on there. So let's watch.
So we better have a clear up,
Clear
and then
up.
it's on to mains.
On to mains, yes. Thank you.
Fabulous. Join us after the break for more kitchen adventures with Stefano and, of course, Dora. Welcome back to the Italian Way. Stefano has been putting my chef skills to the test, and soon we'll be having a break, though, to look round a traditional Italian property. Okay, so Stefano's brought the pork, the marinated pork, out of the fridge. Is it ready to go in?
It's ready to go. It's as we thought it would do. Look, it's emulsified. It's got lots of thick juices. All it needs is 30 or 40 minutes in. We'll check it on the way there because we want it to stay a bit pink in the middle. And we'll move swiftly on to the next main course, which is linguine with clams and 1 or 2 large shrimps, fresh clams, nice fresh clams, big clams. Beautiful fresh shrimps. You can still smell the sea in them.
Yeah, lovely.
So they are nice and fresh.
So is it the same with mussels, like with a clam, that you know if it's open, eat it, if it's closed, don't? Is that right?
Sometimes, yes. It varies. These are closed for the moment because they've been out of the water for a few hours. So, but usually what we do is we knock them, and if they're freshly caught, they will open, and then they will certainly open, and we'll know, Jem, once we're cooking, because they will open because of the heat.
Yes.
So we put some olive oil into the bottom. You smell the olive oil.
Garlic.
And the garlic.
Lovely.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we will now put the linguine. Yeah, we'll put some salt in. Yeah. Remember, you always need to salt the water, otherwise the pasta will come out. It will taste sweet as opposed to tasting salty. She's doing it with a fork. Well done, Dora. Thank you very much. Don't let the garlic overcook.
Yeah.
We're going to put some white wine in. Every good chef puts some white wine in.
Every good chef puts the white wine in and has a glass.
About a glass full.
What about your shrimpy shrimps? Do they go in a bit later?
The shrimps go in 30 seconds before the end of the cooking.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
because if you do them too long, they will go like rubber. So we
Right.
want them to change colour, and that's about it. You'll see, Jem, the clams are starting to open.
Yes, so they are.
So we're letting them cook. They are opening gradually. There's a nice smell of white wine, the garlic, the olive oil, and it's all coming together now. So we give it a few more minutes. Taking the pasta out, let it drain.
And so the reason you take it out slightly early is because it's going to cook more in there. Is that
We're
right?
going to
In the
finish
liquor?
off. Yeah, we're going to finish the cooking off in that liquor.
Oh, lights just come on because it's like a celestial moment.
There we go.
Like that.
That'll do. Now, where have we got? We've got the.
It's like the heavens opened for the clams.
Hang on.
Oh. I think I'll be singing after this. It looks so good.
So we'll finish the last 3 minutes off of the cooking. So we'll put some lemon in
Oh,
there.
what about the shrimpy shrimps?
No, not yet.
Oh,
Don't jump the gun.
I'll be patient.
Yes.
Be patient. Let the master work.
What I do also is I stick some red peppercorns in there. Mm-hmm. Gives it a bit of colour.
Still no prawns? Not yet?
Yes. We're
Yes,
ready.
yes. Ready,
Yes.
ready.
Let's put a few of them in. They're changing colour.
Yeah,
The
they're
shrimps-
going pink.
The shrimps are changing colour. Nice emulsion being made.
Wow.
There you go. There you go, Dora. There you go. A quick
Look at that.
mix. Quick
Now
mix.
that is the kind of thing I would order in a restaurant, Stefano. That's absolutely beautiful.
Put some of that in, and a last glug of olive oil. There we go. All over the place.
Oh, stunning.
There we go. There you have
Wow.
it. Linguine with gamberoni and with garlic, lemon, zest, and some shrimps thrown in. So there you go. You can help by trying it.
Okay. Oh, it's so hot.
Is it good? Have a beautiful. It's what
Gorgeous.
we like. Nice. There you
You
go.
get the lemon. It's really nicely seasoned. It's just absolutely beautiful. The zesty lemon makes it so
Salty.
delicious.
Salty
Salty. The vongole is so tender. The parsley. I tell you what, I could quite happily take this bowl, sit down, get Netflix on. I could just have the whole bowl.
You'd have to fight me for it.
I know.
When you're sad and unhappy, make a plate of spaghetti like this, make you really happy again.
That's like my desert island food.
There you go. All for you, Jim.
Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you,
Dora. Okay, there you go. Another thumbs up
She
from Dora. Well done. Thank you.
So expertly.
Did you see
as
that
well.
twirl?
Yeah, it
That's
was
right.
amazing,
There we go.
amazing.
That's fantastic.
Okay, so we've done our starters, our pasta, the meat's in the oven.
Meat's in the oven.
So that's probably next, isn't it?
The meat.
Presenting the main.
Presenting the main when that's ready. Not ready yet. A few minutes, and we've got a dessert to make.
Excellent. So Stefano's obviously a chef, but actually, really, by day, you are an international property lawyer. So I've asked him to bring me to a property that is completely unique to this area, isn't it?
It is. It's an original trullo from the 1800s. It's got 9 cones, and each cone was traditionally a room. Now remember, Jem, that these were not for human habitation originally.
Okay.
They were meant for keeping grain and harvest foods, and also animals. So inside you'll see the rings made out of stone where the animals were tied to.
Okay.
And some of the tops have flat, and they've got holes in them which are now covered by ornate shapes. And usually what they used to do is take the top off and drop the grain through that hole and fill the, it's called fienile or granaio. They used to hold all their winter foods and stuffs in there.
Yeah.
But then it's become modern to live in them, and it's become a trend now. English and German and French people actually are coming in since the 80s and the 90s, buying them, doing them up, and
Yeah.
the values have skyrocketed.
Well, I wanted to say actually, what would a property like this cost somebody?
Well, you've got nine cones,
Yeah.
650, 750,000 pounds.
So not cheap.
No, but remember that your commoner garden single trullo with one cone will
Yeah.
cost you anything from 30,000 euros upwards
Okay.
to redevelop.
Okay, and then of course I'd imagine there are other kinds of properties available in the region of Puglia for
Yes.
holiday makers who want to come and have a second home.
I mean, Puglia is famous for its trulli, the conic-shaped houses.
Yes.
It's famous for its masserie, such as where the cookery school is that we were filming at,
Yeah.
with the bigger buildings. And there are all sorts of trulli. There's a trullo saraceno. The trullo saraceno, the Saracen trullo, is a square trullo with a square top. It's got a square flat top as opposed to having a conic-shaped. Totally
Okay.
different.
Wow, and I love the fact they've got this incredible fire that you can just imagine.
Yes.
It's been there for years and years and years.
Yeah, you've got to remember that in the summer, the walls, because they're so thick, coming up to a metre thick, will retain the cool.
Yeah.
And in the winter, they retain the heat, and they protect you from the cold.
Yeah.
So the fires have to be big. And remember also that the trullo has, and it's built on a water cistern. Because the system here is that the water falls and it percolates through the ground.
Yes.
So they have to have their own water cistern, and that's how
Okay.
trulli started originally.
Okay, so they've
Yeah.
plumbed in their own kitchen.
Plumbed
They've
in
got
their
a
own-
lovely
Yeah,
bathroom.
absolutely.
And I love how each room's kind of got its own character. It
Yes.
really is a stunning place to visit. So
Absolutely.
I've been to Italy, to so many different parts of it, and I've never seen anything like
Well,
this.
this is particular to Puglia.
Yeah.
You don't find it anywhere else, and it's also particular to a part of Puglia where we're in at the moment.
Yeah.
So the Itria, the valley, Pianuda d'Itria, and it's particular in this area. We are in the centre of where these trulli are particular to.
Right, well, let's see if we can poke our nose into one of the rooms. Come
Okay.
on then. Oh, this is so lovely, and it's so cool when you walk
You
in.
can tell how cool it is, and you can feel how cool it is. As I said, the thickness of the walls keeps the coolness in, the heat out. In winter, the opposite. And it's connected to a bathroom, and you see the connecting door. You see
Oh,
how
yeah.
thick the connecting door is. That's 2 or 3 layers of stone.
Have a look.
Let's go and have a look.
Oh, this is wonderful. I love the fact that the light still comes through.
that's the original place where they fed the grain.
Yeah.
And kept it. And this used to be a storage place. You see the bays where the animals used to be tied to the sides of the wall. And basically you have interconnecting sections, and it's all very cool. Very beautiful.
It is, it's really wonderful. Right, let's go. There's nothing this man doesn't know about property and food. It's a good combination.
Hope so.
Let's go. Tell you what, I think I'm getting the hang of this sous chef business. We'll continue with our main courses after this short break. Welcome back to the Italian Way. All this cooking's probably making you hungry. Well, just you wait, because it's time for some more delicious food. This is the pork that was marinating in the fridge for absolutely ages in that beautiful mixture
Look
of
at
things.
that.
Oh, look!
Look at that beautiful colour. This, Jem, is a puree of fava bean, broad bean, and potato. It is a local speciality. It's not too salty, and it complements the saltiness of the pork. You don't want something too salty with something too salty.
So that's just broad beans, potato.
Broad beans, potato, and a little bit of salt. Yes, we'll place it like that. Just a little bit of the topping on it.
I think if you were serving that up at home, people would be pretty excited.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Look at that.
That's perfect.
Remember though that we're cooking in a professional kitchen. The
Yeah.
oven that is not a professional oven may take longer. So what you need to do is you need to look at it, and you need to make sure that the juices are clear.
Yeah.
They're not pink.
I will
this
go
is
in
so
sometimes
soft. This is
come
very-
in, look at this. Doesn't that look good? Yeah? Just right?
We will just put it like that. There. So we'll leave one
Yeah.
not cut, one uncut,
Yeah.
one cut. We will just drizzle it.
Beautiful.
There we go. So
Lovely.
we've got marinated pork fillet, tummy fillet, and with a bed of fava and potato, with rosemary and all sorts of ingredients that make this a real bright dish. So tuck in. What do you think to the fava bean?
I love it actually. It's like a sophisticated version of mushy peas.
Oh, that's me.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm a sophisticated Yorkshireman, you see.
You
that's
are.
right.
And you know what? This for me is like comfort food.
Yeah?
Absolute comfort food because the pork is really soft, beautifully cooked. But anything for me that comes with sort of mash, there's something so lovely about it.
Brilliant. There you go, Dora. You can try some as well.
That is a dish to cheer your soul up. It's beautiful.
It's not too heavy. It's easy to cook. Dead
No.
simple.
You could just do a few peas
For the
or something
fava
with
bean
it.
and the broad bean and the potato, you cut up the potatoes. You need to use dry fava beans. You can't use broad beans which are green and got the husk over them, the skin over them. So you need to get the dry ones and you need to boil them, bring them to the boil, simmer them for 20-30 minutes, add the potatoes, do the same, then clean the water out, throw the water away and put new water in, bring them back to the boil again, and then let them simmer, and you can just, by touching them, and you'll feel when they're ready because they're real soft. Then what you do, put them into a big pan, and with a blender, one of those hand blenders, just blitz it until it becomes a puree, and add a little bit of olive oil and salt, and it will make it go into a beautiful puree like that.
Absolutely gorgeous. Right. You can see we've had some amazing mains. Surely you've got a little pudding up your sleeve.
Just a little one, a panna cotta.
Pudding time. I'm sorry, but no meal is complete without a lovely dessert. Bit of a sweet tooth going on here.
Absolutely.
And actually, I think, Chef, that you always remember the pudding, don't you? Because it's the last thing you have. So what are we getting?
We're getting panna cotta, and today we're going to make panna cotta with fennel seeds, with cardamom seeds, with vanilla pod and vanilla seeds in them. We're going to put all four of them in. We're going to infuse the milk and cream, 325 ml of whole milk, 325 ml of full cream. Yeah. We've got some gelatin here. We've got some gelatin that's been in the water because this is it in its raw, unprepared state.
Right.
You can't use that.
No.
You must never ever soak gelatin in hot water or warm water. It's always cold water, otherwise it just won't work. It'll disappear.
Got you.
So we've got everything now. So Dora's switched the gas on.
And from my bad Italian, I
pan-
seem to remember that panna cotta means cooked cream.
It does indeed. It means cooked cream. So we put it in there. Thank you, Dora. And we just now wait for it to boil and then let it simmer for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll stick some of the ingredients in.
Okay. So that infuses.
Yes. Fennel seeds, cardamom, the vanilla seeds. The vanilla's really sweet. And I put the, I put the pods in as well.
Okay.
Because remember that once they've infused for about 10-15 minutes, we will then sieve them, put them through, and everything that's solid will hopefully remain there and not go through.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, so we'll just let it do its stuff then. So So the panna cotta mixture has infused. Dora's had to go. She's gone exploring, I think, but
Yeah.
she's been brilliant, so she says ciao. And what's the next stop now?
Right, we've had it infused, we've put the gelatin in, nice thick mixture. What I'm going to do is this is going to be complicated. Yeah?
Yes, can I help?
Yes, could you
Why
hold
don't
that?
I hold that?
You hold that. I'm going to filter the stuff out because we don't want the hardcore vanilla in here.
And the little seeds and things.
Absolutely. It's just
Doesn't matter if we spill a bit. Oh, that smells delicious.
that's one. Let's move on to the next one.
Okie doke, do this one. And I love the fact that you get the little vanilla
You will get some of the vanilla seed.
Like, yeah, but it looks so pretty actually.
Dependent on how thick how fine your strainer is. I usually use a double strainer, a double.
Oh, do you?
Yes, a double meshed strainer, and then most things are just stopped from going through. So what we're doing is we're pouring it into the 4 containers.
And then what happens after this then?
We then put it into a blast chiller or industrial fridge, and we leave it for some time until it solidifies, and then once it's solidified, we can take it out of its containers, and it's ready for eating.
Oh.
This will take a couple of hours, too good to waste. And there we go on that one.
Oh, which one?
That one, there we go. Okay.
Lovely.
Because your panna cotta will be absolutely boiling, do not attempt to take it to the fridge, and also it makes it easier. So put it on a tray, a cutting board. This is Gemma's very kindly opening
I'm
the
like
fridge.
the glamorous assistant.
Oh, so glamorous, Gem. You are.
Wonderful.
There you go. You are wonderful. There you go. We'll put it in there, and we'll just leave it to do its magic.
Beautiful. Right.
There we go.
can have a Italian version of a cup of tea.
Absolutely. What's that then? An espresso?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look how much beautiful food you've created today,
Not done
Stefano.
bad, have we?
When you see it all there, the colour, everything just looks so fresh and delicious. You should be proud. But it's not over yet. We've got pudding, panna cotta.
Panna cotta, we've pulled one out earlier, a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's come out in a different container, that's why it doesn't come out in the way that we think it should come out. But it's still wobbly. Let's see
Yeah.
if this one comes out. Let's see, it's coming out, Jim, it's coming out. Can't lift it out.
It's always a tense moment.
There it is. It's a bit floppy, that one.
Bit floppy.
Bit floppy, but you know.
I don't mind floppy,
There we go.
said the actress to the bishop.
There we go.
I must say that is absolutely delicious. And what I love
That
is
was
you
it.
get the cardamom and the vanilla.
Cardamom, vanilla, the fennel seeds, all comes through.
Really good for my figure. It's
Yeah.
just like pure cream. It's
Yes.
so nice. I don't care. It's absolutely beautiful. Stefano, thank you so much.
Been a pleasure, Jim.
Everything has been wonderful. I hope that you have enjoyed our Italian experience as much as we have. This is what happens when you take a lawyer from good old Blighty and put him in an Italian kitchen and he becomes a chef.
An Italian lawyer.
I know, maybe that bit is
So
quite
I'd like to
important.
thank you for helping me. It's been absolutely brilliant working with you and with Dora. And I'd like to thank the Puglia Academy, the Chef's Academy here.
Yeah.
I think you would as well.
Oh, completely. They've been completely brilliant.
They've looked
Couldn't have
after
done
us.
it without them
Couldn't.
because they've got the kitchen. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. Right, that's it from Puglia, this beautiful sunshiny place with these amazing properties and incredible food. That's it for this episode of The Italian Way. So from us, it's ciao for now. Bye.